Okay. How shall we begin this? Well, I guess we will begin this just the way I started this video, with the Honorable Brother Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I want to tell you that my knowledge of Marcus Garvey is very limited. I really don't know a whole lot about Marcus Garvey. I have been doing a little research and watched different documentaries about Marcus Garvey. And actually, Marcus Garvey is sort of new to me. I was raised in the basically in the Nation of Islam, and I did not know really the influence that Marcus Garvey had on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and even Master Wallace Fard Muhammad. So really it's new to me, especially this concept, this ideology of the red, black, and the green, and this connection to Africa. And I am told that this originates with Marcus Garvey. Okay. Now, if I'm off base, if I'm in error somewhere, please jot down your comments, make a video response or something, and let me know that I am off the mark. I don't want to be like that. I want to try to keep it as factual and real as possible. Now, not only upon examination of Marcus Garvey himself, but I have been watching the behaviors and the activities of these who claim the red, the black, the green. You say that with so much pride. This is my flag. The red, the black, the green. When I was in the Nation of Islam, we had a flag. The reversible Turkish flag. You know, the red, the star and the crescent, it was red, and they flipped the script. It was the Turkish flag and flipped the script. That's the flag of the Nation of Islam. And Marcus Garvey, I guess, developed a flag. This red, this black, and the green. I guess it symbolizes the unification, I guess, of all dark-skinned people on the earth. I'm not really sure. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert on the red, the black, and the green. But I will say this, and I do know this. In this country, in America, you can call the white man, you can call the white man the devil, and how evil and wicked the white man is, and all this kind of stuff. But this Caucasian pink people in this nation, they allow you to express your flag. The red, the black, and the green. These wicked devil people, they allow you to fly your reversible crescent and star. They do that. In some countries, you would not dare do that. Now, is it me, or now which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do the nation come first or the flag come first? From what I know by reading American history, they developed a flag after they began the process of building a nation. Then you had the American flag. There was many variations of the American flag until the one that you have today. One of the flags was "Don't tread on me." We had a little snake on it and stuff like that. But they actually was in the process. They had land and they was developing a nation. In fact, they had a colony. They had colonies, and the colonies turned into towns, states, cities, and so forth and whatever. Now, see, this is the thing I don't like about this red, black, and green Nation of Islam stuff. But we're talking about the red and the black and the green. But the Nation of Islam basically falls into the same category, because you're talking about nationhood and you have this flag. You keep screaming about the red, the black, and the green. It's a symbol of what? And what land what land, there's no African nation, there's no dark-skinned nation that flies the red and the black and the green. What nation does it symbolize? What's the name of the nation? Red, black, and green. Well, I mean, come on, so it's symbol without substance. It's like eating an apple, but you get no nutritional value from it. Now, Marcus Garvey came during a time when there was outright physical racist activity against you. You could be lynched during Marcus Garvey time, and that would be it. Just a Negro that was lynched. No problem. So during that period of time, the mentality of those people, they were ready to truly take action in order to get something done should the leadership take them in that direction. Right now, you have people who keep screaming the red and the black and the green. You are not worried about being lynched. You're not even worried about having your telephone tapped. You're not worried about none of the things that Marcus Garvey and his people had to deal with. So basically, you're a bunch of comfortable Negroes that's doing a bunch of talk. And you have taken this concept of red, black, and the green, and basically, it's like having a cross in a church. It's something that's a symbol. It's something to worship. What does the red and the black and the green supposed to symbolize? What is your vision? What is the identity of the people? What is the language you're supposed to speak? Where is the land? Where is the colonies being? Here you are talking all this African stuff. You have no connection to not one African leader. You have no colony established on the African continent, on none of its soil. The only thing you have is this picture, the red and the black and the green, RBG. But it means nothing. It means nothing except to those who are nothing but worshipers, like you go to a church. That's all. And I listen to some of these people. I listen to many of these people claiming to be RBGs, whatever that is. I never heard it really explained. And y'all can, like I said, I told you, I'm ignorant to the ideology, if there is one. It comes from Marcus Garvey. And Marcus Garvey was deported, and then he died talking all this African stuff, but he died in Europe, a destroyed man. This brother, Marcus Garvey, had thousands of followers, but when he was deported, that was the end. And see, this is what I don't understand about you. Man. This is what I don't understand about the so-called Negro. You have to go all the way back to 1920, 1930, during the time of Marcus Garvey, in order to bring back from the dead. Yeah, you need to bring back from the dead the red, the black, and the green. Marcus Garvey could only operate within that which he knew, the information that he knew at that time, that which was available to him to know of and learn. I'm very sure if he knew what we knew or know of today and can comprehend today, his whole strategy and his whole thinking would be different. But because of his limited knowledge, his ignorance to a certain point, then he could only go to a certain point, and due to the fact that his followers are blind followers, like many of you are, you're blind followers. When the enemy deported Marcus Garvey, that was the end of the red, the black, and the green. That was the end. And so now here we come into more modern times, and you don't have the creativity. You can't think for yourself. You have to go all the way back to Marcus Garvey and try to bring back from the dead something that died 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago. That's really sad. I'm the red and the black and the green. You are not united. There are thousands of you who claim the red, the black, and the green. It's thousands of you. But you are not united. You're not even united like Marcus Garvey was. You can't accomplish nothing because you're still filled with self-hatred and jealousy. And you have spooked out revolution. You have spooked out liberation. And now it's all this sciencing stuff. And when the moon goes behind the sun and the spirits come up and the chakras and all this stuff that y'all make up. When you simply want to be liberated from a wicked oppressor. Don't take all that. And when the mother moves from here, I heard some brother, I mean just talking pure. What does that have to do with the red and the black and the green and the unification of dark-skinned people around the world? Like I say, it's nothing but a black revolutionary church. It's a facade. And that's why it's no threat. That's why you don't hear Caucasian people talking about the red and the black and the green. Those people who think that it's not a threat, means nothing. However, when Marcus Garvey was on the scene, it was definitely a threat because it was more than a symbol. It was substance. Marcus Garvey and many of our people prior to ourselves, they really didn't know what to do, but they were willing to try to do something. Whether it failed or it succeeded, I'm in a situation, I don't care, I'm willing to try anything. And we have some beautiful examples in the Nation of Islam, in Marcus Garvey. We need to find the best parts and combine those parts along with our own creative mind and where we find ourselves today so that we can move forward. You cannot move forward going to the funeral parlor trying to revive the dead, bring back the dead to life. It's over. Even your Nation of Islam should have been allowed to die with the Black Panthers and all the other stuff. May they rest in peace. Because we are responsible. We who are alive now are responsible for this time. They did what they could during their time. You are responsible for your time. I just wish to, I guess you could say, have a fireside chat. Let's just talk. I want to present to us something that many of us think about. Some of us probably don't. So that's why I'm placing this before us, so that perhaps it's something that could get our brains to think. We don't like thinking. We want Pastor Mudflap, Reverend so-and-so, somebody to do our thinking for us. And really, that's not good. I don't want to hear quotes from the Bible. I don't want to hear quotes from books. I want to know how you think. How do you view things using your brain? This is your world. Stop living in the world of somebody else's life experience. Books and videos and so forth. Use your brain. Be yourself. I want to know you. If I want to watch a video, I'll watch that video. If I want to read a book, I can read the book. That does not allow me to get to know the soul that I am speaking with. I'm not able to communicate with the person who is so beautiful. And we all are. Many of us have become tainted by living in that which is ugly. Because really, in my experience, we are not an ugly people. These who are the descendants of slaves born in America, having dark skin, we are not an ugly people. We come from a place where you can't get any lower. You know, we come from a place it can't get no worse. We came from a place where materialism meant nothing. We came from a place where the focus is so much on celebrity and what you got. And we came from a place of absolute nothing. And so the essence of us is love. That's us. But we live in an ugly place. And now that we've become integrated in this place, now we are becoming like those who stripped us of our humanity and now making us just as ugly and vulgar and nasty as they have always been, but tried to paint themselves to us like they are holy and pure and righteous and so forth. Okay, with that said, I want to bring this to our attention using this analogy or example. When I was a younger person, I was riding the bus going to my first jobs. How many of you ride the bus to work, ride the bus to school, and so forth? Riding the bus is cool. Sometimes it's convenient, but I'm telling you, I can't get with. I don't like riding the bus, especially in the wintertime when it's cold and the bus do not show up when it's supposed to. Man, ooh, I do not like the bus. So a brother that I knew brought to my attention there was a car. I was not making a lot of money. I was washing dishes for a living. And he took me to this sister's, an elder sister's house, and she had a car in the backyard. And just for him, she was going to sell the car for $100. She wanted $200 for this car, but for him, she decided she was going to sell it to me and let me have it for $100. The car was up on bricks. It was not running. But she said, the only thing you have to do, slap a battery in the car, put air in the tires, and that car will run for you. So I gave her $100, put air in the tires, brother helped me put a battery in it, and she was right on time. That car was ready to roll. I mean, it did not sound good. It was popping and pooting. It was an ugly, ugly, ugly car. It was rust. Rust was everywhere. The driver's side had no floor. The floor of the passenger side was rotted out. It had no trunk except the main frame in the back. The trunk was rusted out. It was a rusted, most people would say it was a rusted piece of junk. But you want to know something? It was my piece of junk. I paid for my piece of junk. Nobody can say they gave me nothing. This is mine. Your car might look better than mine, but my car gets me to work just like your car gets you to work. I'm no longer on the bus. Can you believe there was people on the bus laughing at my car? You on the bus. I don't have to ride a bus. And when I showed my car, my new car, to my family, they laughed and like, woo, look at that, how ugly it is. To make a long story short, brothers and sisters, this was my car. It served its purpose. As I got older, I went, my choice in cars and vehicles, it became better. But I don't trip off what things look like. As long as it gets to point A to point B, I don't trip off of it. But this was my car. Nobody gave it to me. I washed dishes and I paid for my car. It was all mine. What I'm basically saying, brothers and sisters, is that we don't have pride in ourselves. So that's why we look to ancient Kemet. That's why we talk about Hebrew Israelites. That's why we talk about all these different people of the past. And we want to try to connect because we are ashamed and we have no pride in who and what we become and what we are. Man, I'm not my history don't begin with slaves. What's wrong with your history beginning with a slave? So what? My history began with this $100 rusty car. And I would drive it right now to this day because I don't trip off material things like that. But for those of you who do, you always evolve. I'm pretty sure your first car, unless you came from a wealthy family, your first car, your first house wasn't spectacular. Now you have 7 rooms, 3 bathrooms, 3 or 4 cars parked in the driveway and all this stuff. We don't have any pride. Look at all the inventors and mayors and engineers and scientists that the black man, the descendants of slaves born in America, what we produce under extreme hostile condition. And you don't have no pride in yourself. You got to go all the way to Egypt because they built a pyramid or other science that you talk about what somebody else done. When you come from a people, the first major accomplishment is that they survived over 300 years of physical chattel slavery. That's an accomplishment in itself. And they was singing and they was dancing. And although you suffer right now to this day, you sing and you dance. And the reason why you can't get out of that condition, not only do you sing and dance, but you get drunk and high and all that other stuff. And this keeps you, it helps keep you in this slave-like condition. The shirt that I'm wearing, it's my shirt. I bought it. Nobody gave me nothing. I'm proud in that. Even if it was a used shirt, I got it. I paid for it. It's mine. You have no self-pride. You have no pride in yourself. Always looking for to steal somebody else's accomplishment. Like I always say, as an example, use it as an example. Your mother made a cake in 1955. You was not born till 1965. How can you claim that cake? You didn't even exist. You did not exist during Kemet. You did not exist. You did not exist when you're talking about Hebrew Israelites or all this stuff. Y'all, you didn't even exist. You did not exist when there was a tribe of Shabazz. We are the product of races. We are a new breed of dark-skinned people that is a mixture of all kinds of folks, including the European himself. And the European called us black, Negro, colored, and in recent times, the racist gave his approval, calling ourselves African Americaners. But it makes no difference in all that. So you can have pride in yourself. But see, you can't have pride in yourself because you don't know yourself. To know yourself means you have to create your own identity. You want to be somebody who you've never been instead of who you are. Back in the day, you was on your way by calling yourself the people of soul. Nobody else could claim Soul Train and Soul Food and soul music. It only had one source, and that was these who are the descendants of slaves born in America, having dark skin, and that food and that music and everything about you, people try to copy all over the world. Rap is part of soul music. But you don't want to be who you are. You think that you're nothing. You think these things are nothing, and people are copying your swag, and they're trying to be who you are every day. And you want to be like them. They are trying to be like you and me, including the dark skin, including the big lips and the broader nose and even the kinkier hair and the big butts and all the traits that we have, both physical and even mental. And you're not proud of these things. Yes, we have problems. And the majority of our problems is because we live with people that give us problems. I can guarantee you, once you get away from those who don't have your best interests at heart, everything will begin to change. You live in an environment that is not good for us to grow and to develop from slaves to the level of a Kemet and beyond. Kemet is over. It can no longer grow. But you and I, we still exist. We still have life. And we have the potential. And we have the ability to go beyond Kemet once you let go of those things, thinking they mean something, and begin to concentrate on your own potential and be pride in yourself. Soul power. The essence of life. That's where you need to connect. Connect back to life. Connect back to nature, because you're surrounded by that which is unnatural. You are surrounded by that which is supernatural. There is no such thing as supernatural. Anything that is supernatural is delusional and fictional. And you need to come up out of the supernatural and the unnatural. Be who you are. Be yourself. Have pride in yourself. Well, who's there? I thought I heard a knock. Oh, come on in. Come on in. Yeah, you come to the right place. Don't be scared. I know a lot of the things that you might hear. Sort of, I mean, it's mind-boggling, but everything's gonna be okay. I am the mighty angel Snutting Up second. Second. I am the mighty angel Snutting Up 7, your soul brother number 1, and this is the Reality's Temple on Earth. You are in no safer place than right here. And if you want to keep it real, you definitely in the right place. Just being a little casual, just want to kick something at you and on that note, on this visit, let ye get busy. Now, I am not a scientist. I don't claim to be a scholar. I don't claim to be a psychologist. I don't claim to be too much of nothing, but I do observe. And I want to present something to us that I have observed. And I could be incorrect. I might not be seeing this in the right manner, but I just want to throw something, toss something out there for us to ponder. Now, when I was a little boy growing up, and I was surrounded by single mothers, I also was surrounded by brothers and sisters who did grow up in a two-parent household. The mother and the father was there. Myself, my mother was married. My father was in the house and he was out of the house. He was a rolling stone. So I don't know what category he might fall in, because he's in the house, but yet he's out of the house. I don't know how all that works. But this is what I noticed. When I was growing up, this was the early 60s, well, late 60s, early 70s. During my childhood, you could not say, and many of the old so-called black sitcoms will testify to what I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, but I'm going to talk about black men. You do not talk about their mother. If you talk about a black man's mother, the way or how they treat you, if you step on somebody's shoes right now, if I have a brand new pair of Jordan shoes right now, you step on them, you're going to have some big problems. If you talk about my mama, you got problems. Now, see, this is the thing. You can come from a two-parent household. Make no difference. Mama always going to be number one. When I was growing up, mama is number one. And you want to know something? The men, when I was growing up, they did not mind that mama was number one. They knew mama was number one. Matter of fact, they made mama number one. So mama is number one. It don't make any difference. Two-parent household, single mother household, make no difference. Mama number one. You don't talk about mama. Matter of fact, you didn't even have to talk about mama. The only thing you have to do is say, your mama. Now, I'm telling you, your mama. I didn't say she was fat. I didn't say she was crazy. I didn't say she was lopsided. I didn't say she was retarded. I didn't say nothing really about your mama. I just said your mama. And when I was growing up, they would earn you a punch in your nose. A beat down. Black men, when I was growing up, I don't care what your mama was. I don't care if your mama was a prostitute. I don't care if she did fries at McDonald's. I don't care if she was an educator. I don't care what your mama was. You don't talk about nobody's mama. Black men, black boys did not go for that. Now that was, again, late 1960s, early 1970s. Something has happened between that period of time. Now remember also 60s and 70s, the black power movement was going on. Black revolutionary type things was going on. All the civil rights movement, all that was going on also at the same time. There was no black men pointing fingers at single mothers doing this or that. The same type of behaviors that you have right now existed in the 1960s, 1970s. There is no difference. I've seen it all. You're not saying what they say, there's nothing new under the sun. Under this wicked sun created by races, there's nothing new. It's always been there. So if there's ratchetness and thugism right now, it also existed in the 1960s, 70s, and so forth. The problem is we did not blame each other. We knew who the enemy was. And we didn't point directions. We didn't point responsibilities at another victim. That's the difference. So now something has happened between that period of time and 2016 and beyond. What is the difference? I'll tell you what I observed. When I was growing up, it might have been the beginning of the end, because I don't know exactly when this started. But I noticed black men, black children, they don't have that connection to mama like they used to have, because mama took her babies off her breasts. I am a breastfed baby. My siblings are breastfed babies, except one. And my one sibling that was not breastfed is different from the rest of us. I wonder why. Breast milk is the best milk for your baby. Plus it gives you that connection to your mother. It's a bond to your mother. Breastfeeding is more than just feeding the child. It's developing a bond between a child and that child's mother. So father is good, dad is good, but father can't develop and don't have that connection. You are actually inside the body of your mother. You can't get no closer than that. Developing for 9 months, sharing her thoughts, sharing her food supply. Oh man, I know somebody could really break this whole thing down. And then the mother she put you on her breasts and you feed off of her till you get tired. Then you're able to go on about your business. So when you said that I'm a man, and a man is supposed to provide and defend women, you have that in you because of that connection. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you and your mama. And since all girls and all women look like your mama, then you just have this natural defense to protect womanhood. But now we come to 2016. And you have a lot of these young black males. Oh yeah, your mama is at home and your daddy at home too. But you're not drinking the milk from your mama. Your mama is giving you Similac and Infamil, these chemicalized, supposed to be food for the baby. And you don't have no connection. You don't have that bond to your mother. You are building a bond or having a bond to a plastic bottle and some chemicals. So if a man is supposed to defend his mother, since you don't have that bonding with your mother, you see her as an alien because she's your mother, but you've been sucking off some plastic. You've been drinking chemicals. Who knows what is in these chemicals? And these chemicals these chemicals cannot be designed to develop the brain properly. Some of you was raised on cow's milk. You have a bond towards a cow, anything other than your mother. Because again, it don't make no difference if your mama is ratchet, if she's the Queen of England or whatever she's supposed to be. Men naturally supposed to defend their females, but you won't do it. You find it easier to blame your female for your problems, the condition that you find yourself in. When I was growing up, we did not do that. You don't blame mama. But you don't blame mama because you have I'm not going to say a hatred for mama, but you don't have that connection. You didn't have that nurturing experience. You didn't have a chance to suck them breasts until you became a grown man. And then it's for sexual pleasure. It's for pleasure, not bonding with your mother. And even when you become a grown man, if you suckle the breast of your mother or your girlfriend, it's a bonding process. You are making yourself what's the word I'm looking for? But you try to become one with that which brought you into life. So I'm not shocked by these black men who bash black women, because you don't bash mama. And you seem like you have you're jealous of mama. You're jealous of women because of the praise, because of how children look up, and it's all about mama. When I was growing up, these men they didn't trip off of that, because they love their mama too. It's always about mama. In nature, it's always about mama. It's always about the female, because only through the female can life continue. Males cannot produce life. They can only help. You can only help. You cannot produce life. You cannot develop life. And some of you are jealous of women. But that's fine. You should be happy and content in your role in life. You shouldn't have to trip off of that. She is who she is, and you are what you are. The problem is, if the male is in a bad condition, you're not able to function and do your role like you're supposed to, that affects her. So it makes no difference if she's the life giver. If her protector, if her provider is not doing his job, is not accomplishing his role, then she suffers. And the black woman, and any woman, will suffer when her men cannot provide and they cannot protect. This is where matter of fact, you attack her and you have become her enemy. You talk about the black woman is the black man's greatest enemy. No, you have become the greatest enemy because of your jealousy of her, and the fact that you've been drinking chemicals as food as a baby, and those chemicals, that Similac and that Enfamil, has caused your brain, caused your mind to be underdeveloped so that you can't think. You find this is how sick you have become. You find that which brought you and gave you life, you find that as an enemy. Woo! Whoa, whoa, whoa. This goes to show you how sick. So when some of these black woman bashers talk to me and get angry because I defend black womanhood or any womanhood, they say, you must have been raised by a single black female. And so my question to you is, how much Similac, how much Enfamil have you been drinking? That's my question to you. And I guarantee you, these guys have been raised on chemical formulas, Similac, Enfamil, and these fake milk products and cow's milk and stuff like that. Oh, you just don't know. You have no idea how it feels. And any man who has been breastfed and so close to his mother like that, you can't even comprehend it, how it feels to be so close to your mama like that. And actually being close to your mama like that really makes you closer to your father, because your mama, most times, she loves her husband. She loves her boyfriend. So this makes the family strong and makes them connected. You don't understand that because you're sitting around listening to some unnatural people, and you are in a situation and you are afraid to deal with the real troublemaker. So as an abused person, you take it out on yourself. And instead of blaming yourself, I'd rather blame my mama. Woo! Or set you free. But they are not free. They have become even more enslaved. Wow. I want to tell you this. There are those who have a religious background. They believe in Jesus. They believe in Muhammad. They believe. And whatever they believe, They want to approach me and debate me over what they believe. Mind you, there's no benefit for me to debate you about what you believe, because I don't believe why should I debate you over something I do not acknowledge? It makes no sense. So it's just like, if I don't know what an apple is, but you know what an apple is, how can I debate you over something I have no knowledge of? You talking about something, a fruit I've never seen, I never tasted, I had no interaction with. It makes no difference. Now, back in the early days of this ministry, because I wanted to test my opinion or my commentary or my suggestion and advice that I'm bringing, I wanted to test that and see exactly how strong I am. I would be happy to debate almost anybody. I just wanted to debate. I was always debating somebody, arguing with somebody, because I wanted to see the error. I wanted to see the flaw. I wanted to see exactly, where is this mentality that I have, where is it going? And not to, not to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but after a certain period of time, it really gets boring, because unlike these other people, I have an idea of how you think. I have an idea of how the Kemetic mind works, the Christian mind works, the black Muslim mind works, the Hebrew Israelite mind works, and all these different things that y'all got going already. But see, your problem dealing with me is you don't know how I work. And your ignorance of that really makes you look silly and embarrassing, because you're trying to argue and debate with something that you've never really seen before, because you've never been able to think for yourself. You allow others to do your thinking for you. You've never really had to deal with a truly liberated and free mind. So it gets boring dealing with people when you have no shackles on you. People that have chains and shackles, they are trying to tell you how far and how fast they can run. You're going to run faster and further than me? I don't have any shackles on me, no chains. You have chains, meaning you have limitations. That means you have something that is hindering your movement. And you really believe that you're going to be able to outrun and outperform me? I don't think so. It has not happened. That's why, yes, I self-proclaim, because it's true, I am the most powerful voice on YouTube. Yes, it's self-proclaimed that. Prove me wrong otherwise. And you prove me wrong otherwise, I'll be happy to sit down. Until then, I'm not going to be running around here debating folks on your religion and all this other stuff that y'all believe. Suffice to say also, it doesn't make any difference. Even when I show you your error, when I show you that you're wrong, you're going to believe it anyway. So why should I continue to waste my time like that? It makes no sense. There are people who believe in Jesus, and you can show them the Council of Nicaea 329, and you can show them all the information that you have. The letter J is less than 500 years, so how could it be a Jesus? The letter J did not even exist 2,000 years ago. All this information that we have, it does not make any difference what you bring to these people, because in reality, they are not interested in the truth. That's very evident. That's very clear. They are loyal to their chains. They are loyal to the shackles that bound them. It makes no difference. And see, so really, it's a waste of time. It makes no difference. Jesus, Pastor Eddie Long, the preachers, they can't do no wrong. Whatever the pastors and the preachers do is always justified. It's the same thing in the conscious community. It makes no difference. Now, within the last few days, last few weeks, we have seen terrible, nasty, rowdy, vulgar, just disturbing behaviors that come from out of the house of consciousness, the black conscious community. Yes or no? Yes. Well, I don't have to. I can answer that myself. You know it and I know it. Terrible. Do this behavior represent black unity? Of course not. What do you see? Self-hatred, envy, jealousy, greed. That's what you see. You have a disrespect for elder people, violent. I'm going to murder this black man. I'm going to murder this black woman. That's what you have. You have arrogancy. Nobody done this more and better than me. I'm the stuff. I'm this. I'm that. That's what you have seen in this black conscious community. Right or wrong. But it makes no difference. Because the reality is the black conscious community, this whole black conscious show, Dr. Umar Johnson just made a statement not too long ago. He called the black conscious movement, this mentality, is nothing but a hustle. Basically, all it is a church. That's all it is. That's all it has become. It has nothing to do with black liberation. Here's your pastor. There's your pastor. And remember, the Caucasian people, they like light-skinned ones. They always pick the light-skinned, articulate ones they choose. And see, these are the ones basically who y'all fought for. Y'all really love them. Preacher. There's nothing revolutionary about it at all. Period. They can do no wrong. So you have a beef and you have all this madness going on between him and him and him and him. Don't put me in there. But you have all this stuff that's going on. And it makes no difference. Nobody can do wrong. And that's how they act in the Christian church. Give me Jesus. No matter what you show about Sinetta TV, no matter what you show about Sinetta TV, he can do no wrong. He can act like a child. He can threaten people. Cuss all nasty, profane, and vile. Makes no difference. He can do no wrong. You can disrespect elders. You can talk about who you're going to kill and beat up. Makes no difference. They have the knowledge. They cannot do no wrong. None of these people can do no wrong. Because a lot of, it is so mind-boggling. Many of you view these people as some kind of divine. You put them on a level like a Jesus. And you believe in them. But what are they doing for you? Nothing. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad always used to teach. He said, why do you love the white man? Why do you love the white man? Because the white man gives you nothing. Well, they give us information. They don't give you no more than what you would get if you did your own research. And if you did your own research, you might find out that you will disagree with their conclusion if you did your own research. Just like back in the day, Minister Farrakhan spewed a lot of hatred toward Brother Malcolm X. I never heard Malcolm X before in my life. I did not know who Malcolm X was. But Minister Farrakhan kept talking about Malcolm X this, and he's the hypocrite, and he betrayed Elijah, and blah, blah, blah. I did my own research. I did my own thing. And I come up with a different conclusion. And my conclusion is, Louis Farrakhan, you was wrong for instigating and causing the environment to incite somebody and persons to murder Malcolm. Messenger Muhammad, I love him with all my heart, but Messenger Muhammad was wrong for keeping secrets that he was messing around with teenage women, but he was preaching monogamy. You know, this is wrong. Not then you're gonna blame it all on Malcolm, and then you're gonna end up and causing this man to be murdered. You was wrong. I can say that because I love Elijah, and I love Elijah Muhammad to this day. If it was not for Elijah Muhammad, I would not be speaking with you. But right is right, wrong is wrong. The messenger of Allah, I don't care who the hell you think you are. Nobody is above. You were incorrect. You was wrong. I'm not going to be your, what's that word? Somebody always tell me, sycophant, something like that. I'm not going to be your brown noser. I'm not interested in you as a person. I'm interested in the truth. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in what is correct and what is right. That is what Elijah Muhammad's teaching taught me. Stand on what is right. I'm going to stand up on what is right. Y'all can't do it. Y'all loyal to a lie because you like personality. You like personality. You like personality. You like personality. You're not interested in that. Give me Jesus. I just want, just give me Jesus. So you keep loving these people. And there's only one conclusion to this situation. For those who love Jesus and all these other people that y'all put on a Jesus level, I don't see nothing good in the end. You're going to learn the hard way. Some of your feelings are going to be really hurt, and you are in for a very rude awakening. Because when it's all said and done, even out of what y'all talk about, you're supposed to stand on what is right. You're supposed to stand on what is true.